Good morning, everyone. This is Prodigal. We're playing some more Prodigal. We're starting off with some fishing because I apparently just didn't play quite long enough. Easy peasy. One more item off the checklist, right? Apparently, if you get 999 points, you get a ring rewarded to you by Eaton. Been a huge help. You've caught so many fish for us to smoke and store. Can't thank you enough. Here, take this ring. It's the last thing I have with my mother, but I want you to have it. Thank you so much. I am doing well. So, no big deal there. I just want to... I don't think we actually are even going to use it. I was literally just sitting there going, this feels like it's really easy to just get quick. Let's do it. We're going to equip our wedding ring. So that gives us a damage increase. And from there, we're heading to the Crocasino. So I don't know exactly what we need to do here, but I have at least a vague idea. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Prodigal. The visit from my favorite miner, or thief if you prefer. One of these days, my friend, I'll make a great use of those talents. Don't give me that look. We all have our strong points. Such a waste not to use them, you know. Don't worry about that now. There's enough on your plate. You look so stressed. I can see it in your gloomy eyes. Listen to me, my friend. This will all turn out well enough. It's what comes after that you should worry about. You have plenty of time until then. Found any of those crystal chests? Let me tell you a little secret. In my back room, there's a hidden vault with something quite valuable inside. Let's see how good you really are, my friend. So, this is one of the crystal keys that we need, I believe. And unfortunately, I don't know exactly what we're aiming for here. Should probably get that information before I continue. Okay. I don't know for sure that this is it, but I think that this secret room next to this treasure chest is it. So I believe this was where we got the lucky boots. Now we have to go through this. Oh boy. To a chest here. I'm gonna risk this. See if we can bypass a bunch. Why was this so protected? Why do I feel like I picked up another bad thing? So, this is one of the items that we were missing. Along with the hearth ring that we're not even using. The rings in general are kind of a non-starter at this point. But this is going to be useful for getting the last blessing. And then we're going to talk to this person. What is that mask? Where did you find it? I thought it was lost. May I have it back? Yes. Lifetimes ago I wore this to become someone else. I could not look upon what I was becoming. Now there is nothing to look upon. Empty, forgotten. Sometimes I wish I could simply fade the rest of the way. It appears I've simply lost myself, and from it came nothing. My siblings, my daughters, my hero. I am lost and forgotten to them all. Even if they remembered, would they accept what I've become? A shadow of myself? I'm watching you. Okay. You must unmask the forgotten. Okay. Darkness gathers, but it is not whole. Has he not earned his rest for now? The blessing hums warmly in the shrine. Why would you renew his burden? Is the world truly so lost without him? Stones grumble, but they hold true. You will never find what remains of your master. Our children cry out in pain. They seek vengeance, even with him. Is there really hope? Yep, wouldn't have figured that out. I've mentioned a couple times, one of my biggest problems with this game is the signposting, or lack thereof. I realize that it's meant to encourage you to explore. I understand that. It's an older style of game for that to be the case. But I feel like you can do it in a way that makes it... that encourages it. Like, you don't have to give everybody a map and blinking flags. You can at least give them a hint as to what you need, where you need to go next. And parts of the game have been very good about that. Other parts, especially like the dialogue trees and some of these more complicated quests where people move around, not as much. You are not him. Do you not know this? Yet you act as him. Strange. Don't you know what happens to those who try to be heroes? Wait, what? Oh. See, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, even with directions, this is annoying because you have to bounce around between so many locations. Like, it's not a huge map, at least, so it's not... like, running from one end to the other isn't the end of the world. The night. It brings the dark so easily pierced by light. So many striving lights. They seem so small and frail from here. It is strange to watch your struggle, mortal against God. Var is so weak now, he forgets himself. A peon without a master, so quick to fancy itself higher. Ironic. By his master's aid, you will humble him. If we need to... There we go. Relentlessly you struggle. You are a strange mortal. It reminds me of another. It reminds me of him. Odd. It seems mortals like you are the ones remembered, while gods are forgotten so easily. Do you wonder who I am? I am no one. I am forgotten. What of you? Who are you? This world will soon suffer great upheaval. Will you still struggle and dive into the fray? I'm not surprised. Keep vigilant watch. With dawn comes the sun. You have made yourself matter. Your choices have forged a future family. Generation after generation, you were nothing, but through choices, you've become something. This is what makes mortals so interesting. In their short lives, they can make so many choices to change themselves. In such a short time, you've gone from thief into this. I envy your short lives. That's why we fought, why we sacrificed so much. In the end, he escaped, the one you know as hate. We failed you all. The war of glass is doomed to begin anew. Okay. So that should be the last one. Who am I? Why do you still press when you already know I am forgotten? I have done all I can for you, yet still you relentlessly pry. Perhaps I should remind you. Perhaps the world should remember. Struggle, mortal, valiantly, relentlessly, hopelessly dive. Boss time. It truly is hopeless. We will all be ash once more. I leave this world with only pity in my wake. Okay, can't do anything with those attacks. Has the Ganon teleport thing going on. Oh. Don't think we've scored any hits yet. Oh, maybe that weird box is a hit indicator. Yeah, I think it is. How? Who have you become? What are you becoming? You threaten a balance beyond your comprehension. Forgive me, for you have only done as I asked. Struggled valiantly, relentlessly, hopelessly, and dove. But you must end here. You too will fall. We tried to save him. I've tried to save you. But against the hopeless, you only rise again. I wish I could just make you understand. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do there. She was right. The power of mortals is terrifying. Maybe the cycle was necessary. Mortals need their heroes. The name Armadell may be forgotten, but my seal still needs of my blessing. Take this to aid in the awakening. I will be watching you. Do not stray from your path. Good luck. Let no hand guide you astray. Trees whisper of a coming calamity, but this is not his fight. We freed him of his burden. What have you done? He earned his rest. You've renewed that cycle of the damned. Was this choice even your own? Or has my brother taken control? It's too late for him now. Return him to what is his, and he will be reborn once more. Don't lose yourself. You now bear a burden beyond your comprehension. Hero's soul. So the blessings give us access to the hero's soul. Oh, perfect. I did skip another meal. And by that I mean I fought a god. You know, like you do sometimes. I don't think anything else triggers here yet. No. We're gonna head to the Casino. Do you ever take a moment to look through my collection? Over the years, I've gathered all manner of curiosities, ancient armor, weapons, and malevolent remains of old hateful foes. Okay. We were told Crocodile was going to provide guidance. There is one item in his collection that had kept, or that shows up blue. His hero soul is reacting. Thank you. I've slept for too long. You've done more than enough. Leave the rest to me. After a while, Keaton left her mother's tavern, and along with it, her memories of Vaughn's Point. She took over a failing tavern in the north, which soon became the most beloved hearth in the frontier. Following her marriage to Ashwood, Lynn went back to the south with him to help bring the northern kindness he learned to the courts of Ashford. Lynn quickly gained recognition for her skills as a healer, and began to teach what she knew, and sent many pupils to the north to aid in the frontier. But this peaceful life wouldn't last. Ashwood's uncle, Ashford's king, was attacked by an assassin clothed in shadow. Lynn was unable to save his life, and Ashford fell into total chaos, as Revulon claimed the throne for her own. Soon after Grant left Vaughn's Point, rumors spread that he had been killed by Revulon. Oakley secluded herself from the rest of the world and began to plot her revenge. Her obsession with Revulon led to a masterful attempt on Revulon's life, but was ultimately unsuccessful. Something inside her broke, and as she watched her plan fall to pieces, she vanished. Some say she went to find someone who could give her the power to carry out her revenge. Mariana took over as Hugh's deputy, working alongside him to defend the ever-growing Vaughn's Point. She eventually died defending her new home, but will always be honored as a great hero. Caroline learns of the fate of Amadeus from Oren, and finally pieces together that the seaman was her long-lost father. Hugh and Caroline worked together to discover the existence of tears into other worlds. Caroline prepared for her search, and they parted ways, promising to be together again when they had fulfilled their duties. River, freed from her past, resolved to help the people of the frontier. She earned herself legendary regard among the guides when she took the head of the Kanaku that had killed her old expedition. River's renown caught the ear of John Wyatt, who convinced her to help him form the Rangers to defend the frontier from frontier danger and lawlessness. Tara, penniless and at the end of her rope, fled to Fenisa to work for Crocodile. She always kept her eye on Vaughn's Point and its new sheriff. Hugh and Caroline, while rarely able to see one another, shared a deep bond of trust and love. He protected Vaughn's Point valiantly from all manner of criminal and evil as she sought her missing father. With Mariana as his sparring partner and deputy, Vaughn's Point continued to grow in size, but not in crime, as the two titans of combat protected their home vigilantly. He was terribly troubled by what he had been told by Revulon during his time with her. He trained every day in preparation for what she said was to come. Sadly, some gaps simply cannot be conquered with effort alone. He followed in Osmond Van's footsteps, making a bond with the Akinai in hopes of defeating impossible odds. Ashwood, after much effort, convinced Lynn and Quinlan to return south with him in hopes that he could use his position to change Ashford for the better. His influence in the court grew and grew. Ashwood could only smile at the changed country that he had grown to love so much. However, when a shadow-clad assassin came for King Ragnar's head, Ashwood could not fend off the fiend and was defeated. He was forced to watch helplessly as his king was slain and all his hard work unraveled. Amadeus was never seen again in Vaughn's Point. With his disappearance, the southern crowns became increasingly hostile, slowly taking more and more of the frontier from himself. Gone but not forgotten, he is seen as the lost cornerstone that ensured the true freedom of the North. Siska worked hard to improve her relationships in Vaughn's Point for over 2 decades, although she never quite stopped messing with Hugh. Eventually, she was recruited by the Ashford military to help in the war against the Seer. Her abilities were noticed by a rising hero who accepted Siska into her elite squad to take the fight to the Seer. I'm wondering if that's a reference to one of their other games. Tess finally began to get her life together and rebuild the relationship with her twin sister Nora. Began to take her job as an outfitter seriously, and she and her sister quickly became the go-tos for any help or guidance for aspiring guides and settlers. Kirhasa soon returned home to Monmoa and returned the Oramoa. She remained a wanderer and traveler throughout her time in Vaughn's Point, having opened her up to outsiders. Her abilities were noticed by a rising hero who accepted Kier into her elite squad to take the fight to the Seer. Okay. After leaving Vaughn's Point, Crocodile founded Fenisa. The city would become known as the safest place in the frontier, so long as you were on Crocodile's good side. Crocodile's name only grew more infamous with time, as he continued to work with Revulon. The more time passed, the more rumors spread of him. He's not human. He's not mortal. Many crowns tried to claim Fenisa from him, and many crowns found their way into his humble collection. Warren spends his days in the north, working hard and always willing to do his neighbor a small favor, one who undoes curses and awakens sleeping heroes. He only went south once more. Some say that he had a debt that could not be ignored. To think one mere mortal could have influenced things so much. Me? That's so sweet of you to ask. Don't you worry, my sweet. My story is far from over. Okay. So this was like a... Okay. This is like a weird... I'm slightly confused. Because... Yes? I wasn't done yet. Apparently we're done, but we're not done. Let's see if that still works. Okay. Well, I don't know what that actually did. We still had a couple things left to do. So I guess we're gonna head off to do one of the bonus dungeons. How big are these? That's not too bad. Is it? I'm debating if I have time to do that on this video or not. Okay, we're gonna dig into this. I don't know where I'm going. Ah. That's like 5 checkpoints. Oh god. What are we doing? The other post-game dungeons even longer. There's 2 of them left. Okay. We're going to come back and do this in its own video. So this is going to be a one-take video. I think what I need to do for this is go collect the other coins that I have, that I'm still missing. We need 13 coins of Crowl. The reason I am doing this before I go do the other dungeons is because the coins of Crowl are, first of all, it should be a shorter thing, and this video has already gone on for a bit. The second thing is because that unlocks the ultimate weapon, and I would like that before we do these last 2 dungeons. So I think that's... Apparently I'm missing a couple more fragments of heart. I know I didn't explore the Frozen Berg thoroughly, so that's kind of where I'm starting. I'm gonna crawl. Glad several of these are in pretty easy spots. So I think that's 13. I was a lot more thorough in the back half of the game. Although I'm shocked at how many times how many of the boss, since I didn't realize how the boss torches worked, I screwed up a lot of those. Okay. Let's go see what this entails. So, with 13 coins, we're going to head over to this room that we've had nothing to do with. Jump into this pit of water. It's you. Orin, accept the drowned gift. Bolt Anchor. You've proven yourself as a protector of the North. Take one of my weapons and make Darrow proud. Because what is an anchor? If not... apparently, if not a pick. So yeah. That is... putting Amadeus to rest, as it were. So I think all that we've got left is the big dungeon. Which I think has 2 parts to it, from what I've seen. So we are going to make that our goal for next time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. We're going to take a couple intentional hits so I can refill my health. And we'll pick back up next time with the reflection dungeon and, well, depending on how long it takes, possibly the true final boss. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.